Unity Broadcasting.
Unity Broadcasting Television don't come for unify, sensitize, and inform Salon people home and abroad. Broadcasting TV don't come.
For developments now we come to you.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come.
For developments now we come to you.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation salon.
We now independent media house. We dey here for unify, sensitize, and inform. Sierra Leoneans home and abroad.
We dey have so for talk, but waiting they happen. Political discussion,
you for know what salon politics.
Religious messages, entertainment self no go left again.
We no go left nothing bien no.
TV don't come.
For developments now we come to you.
Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come.
For developments now we.
Yes, Salon people there una kushe, una kaba, una do. Chief Commissioner Vandy again, and this now your favorite program, the Monolog program with Unity Broadcasting. I know. But continue the way we talk about inside the Monolog program. We see how NGC they fake people there. You know, NGC will be telling us say they're full of criminal attitude. Them establish their own criminal ground. So everything where they do full of fraud. Nobody saw any guardian around the country. But NGC they propose they don't do the lower level election with no sign, no signal, no symptom. Now, this is how that kind of people can come to power with, you know, this criminal and attitude. Why a whole party where they claim say they get the people's support will conduct convention, they do activities, you know. They do the lower elections, they undertake the lower elections all over the country. Nobody know they know about them. Pass, now they know more to they say, inside there, pass we see right up, say, hey, we don't complete. That is criminal, this is fraud, you know, and this, we talk about it. Of course, we will talk about the teachers, you know, everybody respects teachers. I know if you are not teacher, if you're not to be for teacher, they are not for us, you don't know. But the way the teacher they go about this whole thing is really, really unprofessional, and there's so much of political undertone and involvement in this process for a purpose of saboteurism. That is just the aim of sabotage, you know, undermining development. Since the free quality education does get so much of a momentum, people want for just dumping and hold picking them to ransom. And guess what? Nobody chose for anyone the pathway you want for belong. To be a teacher, it was a choice that you made. You made a choice to serve. Okay. Comparing yourself to judges, to lawyers, to this, nobody stopped you to be any one of them. It was a choice. And so if you find yourself, the issue about teacher not to today start. It has been something forever. But if you see everything that was behind teaching, then you said, okay, you get a passion you want for B. I don't think you just can go in there and then begin for hold people to ransom. So the argument of comparison, not even hard up, because everybody has a choice to make. You had a choice to be a lawyer. You had a choice to be whatever you want to be. If you chose to be a teacher, which is not bad. You have no reason to blame anybody, okay? Because circumstances are different. We'll talk about that. Then we'll talk about the Alfred Peter and the APC um, case. But more importantly, we want to talk about democracy and political parties. You know, the easy one we really want to talk about democracy and political parties. Now, the fact that Salon not a club or a ghetto for let somebody just can't mess around with, you know. And in fact, that will also lead me to the responsibility and the purpose of PPRC. You know, we're going to take governance seriousness, Galion. We're going to be very serious about governance. And then we will talk about the truth versus fakeism. The truth versus fakeism. Okay, so these are the things we'll talk about. And that's been rejected as well. The request of being granted humility because he don't serve as a president. So he say they're not for Georgia or for be tried. You know, we don't see they don't overturn that. They say such humility only there for presidency. Once you're out of power, you not get no humility. So everything about an else, they go on. The appeal where don't appeal, then they look into your appeal. If he able to make a headway through your appeal, fine. But if he lost in appeal, then it will adhere to the rulings and the law will take effect. Okay, so these are the things we'll be talking about. So let we really start, in fact, with this court ruling. You know, finally the court don't decide, say they're not going to allow for let Anes get pardon, presidential humility, because the arguments where Anes put say all what will be happening, all the wrong thing that will be happening. Now, because he not be president, and as a president, you know, anything will go wrong, they're not supposed to charge them. So even if people that be thief, people that be embezzle, people that be corrupt, people that be just they do unlawful thing them with the approval against the future of the country, he say enough of face trial for that, because he be there as a president. But this is the person will be say he hand clean. This is the person will say in the entire history of politics na Sierra Leone, now no more not get bought. He your hand clean, he perfect. He made no mistake. Right around the country, if they tell Salon people and say, now the most honest, now the most clean politician. Now they say let them probe him, let them verify him, let them go snap in the public and is this hand, let we see. If the hand not get no spot, he say no, that not for happen. Enough for happen at all. In fact, if we're left free, while others they face investigation or trial, if I be left free because he not be president, so he be get the right for abuse the constitution, he be get the right for misuse the resources, he be get the right for siphon or embezzle waiting be there for the general good. But as we don't see the established transparency in the judiciary, and we don't see judiciary now they uphold them values, their respect, they don't tell and say no, sir, being a president not permit you for embezzle resources meant for the people of Sierra Leone. Being a president not qualify you for legalized corruption, indiscipline and lawlessness, abuse of office. Okay, so that matter has been laid to rest. unless it's going to continue with the appeal case where it be don't put, because they all of them where the COI found one thing they be don't appeal. And so one of the things where be don't they slow the process of the appeal now this issue of honest lawyers applying for humility, for honest by Kuruma. Once that has been cleared, we're going to see the appeal matters be looked into. If for anything they are found innocent, of course they will be let go. If they win the appeal case, nobody is going to force the law for being contrary to the truth. If the law proves that yes, indeed they have right, in the appeal, the appeal is justifiable, then they will go free. But if the appeal turn otherwise, in fact, the punishment get for be doubled. Okay, they get for double. Awale will know that it really get for be something very double. So people will be feel say, oh, they want not get no case, and this is the thing. APC go can't tell you say no case not there. If Anes really knew that there was no case, why in fact in the first place they apply for humility? Why they apply for be pardoned? Because in a president. If he really knew that there was nothing wrong, he did nothing wrong as a president. He was so perfect. He delivered the country. Why you know one give account of his stewardship to the people? Why you know one let we know what be they go on in his governance? Why you know one let we really get the fact of how in government be they operate? Why so jittery and hesitant? So kudos. Another defeat on Anes by Kuruma. With the attempt to pervert justice. Now then people are not believe say justice for take place. Everywhere they want to just get the justice manipulated. But the world we are today, we are all focused and we are very attentive to them in there. Nobody not gonna mess up with justice system this time. And so kudos to the judges involved in the process. We appreciate the stance. Let us really know the bottom of this matter. Let us get the truth. Okay. Having said that, let's come to democracy and political parties. We all know that since 1996, we began the practice of democracy. And democracy is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. What means say, every single Sierra Leoneans get right for be part of the democratic process, the governance system. It's democracy, basically they talk about inclusivity. Everybody is included. Everybody is on board. No one is left out. Everybody for be treated equally before the law. Okay. So once the country embrace democracy, all operating political parties for be democratically functional. So if we get political parties where autocracy that they operate, authoritarian way of running the political party, then they want for run with country, they not even get any reason for operate as a political party. If there's no democracy, if there's no semblance of them, if there's no democracy embraced in the running of political parties, then they have no reason, because once they take power, then they abuse democracy, then they insult democracy, and then they violate the principle and the core value of democracy. So PPIC, we now own responsibility as prescribed by we laws of the country, Now, for make sure say every political party adhere to the democratic practice, the democratic norms. But if una dey oversight, una dey neglect and give a blind eye to political parties where they operate outside democracy, is embarrassing. We dey see some individuals when na one man show like Femi Claudio School, na one man business. Even the boyfriend wey be make secretary general don babas, don left am. Na one man show e dey pa, he say he get a political party. Then we say we get PPRC. Femi Claudio School no even get offices. You no get no existing executive. Then they say this is a political party. We expect all political parties will not meet to the dictates for be banned. Therefore, withdraw the license from them. Because there's criteria to become a political party. If you don't deviate and you don't practice that way, like how NGC, the fake people, they're all about. Now they want a very small global village. Now NGC, they look in our face, say they don't go through the process of conducting the. We say that happen. We say, hey, they don't go all over the country, they don't conduct the law. This is criminal to the effect, deceptive practice. Because they don't just believe, say, democracy for prevail, therefore they continue for deceive and lie for people. We need PPRC for come out with a very firm statement about the undemocratic gang of thieves where they parade at political parties. These criminals. But NGC, who's kind of criminal business this? When we not conduct a zone election, we will not see no action, we will not see any symptom or sign of that. It's undemocratic. This is, then they say they want for, are we at the helm of affairs? Certain things, the moment you deviate, the law will step in very strong. Because other people here, they sit on the labo, they do the wrong thing, they engage in wrongdoings, but they come and make like them a saint. The labo talk all big talk. Yes. But they engage in fraudulent activities, criminal activities, undemocratic activities. We don't see any newspaper report, no radio, no report the activities of NGC undertaking it. Who's kind fraud it is? They shamelessly, this bobo way they call it said Dennis Dark. They sit on a radio, they talk nonsense. Anyway. Let God intervene and shape certain people. Because they kind people, they're not the menace now with society. Now they cause, setback in the cause of progress. They deliberate criminal attitude there. If they flout processes, then they come, they attack people, they criticize like you. Then your biggest joy now for do the wrong thing, do the thing that were very criminal. One of the things say Salon people then go remain for be fools. So PPRC, any political party we're not democratic, not for be part of the national democratic process. because they will come, because they don't understand processes of democracy, and because they know they practice them. When they come, it will be difficult for uphold the democratic fundamentals. It will be difficult for follow democratic due processes because they don't use the 2x4 association or gathering, So please step up, PPRC. And you see, another thing we go. I see the proposal say political parties for use 100,000 from minimum. I think it be 10,000 or so for go register political parties. Now they say for be 100,000 or 100 million. 100 million. It was 10 million. Now they say they want for make 100 million. That is very, very small. A political party will want for go take over governance, for prove the capability, for prove the financial strength. Say, then able for even maintain and run offices. But you see political parties not even able to empower the membership. They're not able to support the membership. They're not able to create anything for transform the lives of their supporters. But they come, they tell you, say, we want to run the country. Oh, we can't do this. What do you want for can do? Why you not they do and for let we see them reflect on your people, your supporters? And disgracefully and shamelessly, they say, oh, Tintiganga. Okay, let us say you say Tintiganga. What you don't do for help your followers? Forget about the general good force. You follow how you don't position. What you don't do for at least support the livelihood of you, the one that will believe in you, where they follow you, where they support you. Waiting at the program, waiting at the event put in place for realize some changes in the life. Instead, when they still express and they back when they go for cry for financial aid and support. Very, very, very bad. PPRC, up to this time, 85 to 90% of this political party not present the audit yet. The audit report. No audit. No wonder why APC shamelessly appear in a court. They make noise. For 20 years, APC say that they get meeting, that they get knocked. They're not able to get minutes of the activity. No report. The judge asked them for put forward minutes of activity. What thing they go on? We all know what it mean. They want for APC, they get events then. They say let the cow report of their activities. Shamefully, these people could not give a leaflet of minutes or report of activities. Not talking about the financial report. I don't know how people really think, say, Salon people for remain. Or I don't know how people think about the integrity and the intelligence of Sierra Leoneans. APC for 11 years. That would just even come to 11 years. Una dey in governance. Say na ladi da no more una be dey pan. No structural activities not take place. Una not be organized. We will not be just there in shambles like that. That we are not able to get comprehensive data of our activities. Going through the reports of this Fisher in ruling, make me feel that APC is a disgrace, a complete disgrace. But minutes now say minutes. Yansana, by all the press release, Yansana press release, you're not able to come with any comprehensive document of the activities of the party, not to talk about financial updates. But one thing I want to say to the one the way they come in, one thing therefore ask for, let them people here give comprehensive financial audit report. Let them give account of the finances whether they take from people, the membership money, the way they collect, the dues them. Shock me that nothing organized happened in the APC. If you know that, when I go read the report, some of you know where they talk, some of you know where they kind of social media. If you know really go, and get people there for helping to understand that report, when I go be ashamed that when I be they defend unserious group of individuals, we're not ever constructive. No wonder why illegality was highly promoted, because there was so much of unseriousness within. People that be just careless about. You ask the organizing sector, you will not report. PR will not report. All the wings, the different bodies there within the APC, not get no. My word, man. Is it? I don't know how. I wonder why these people just haphazardly govern the country with carelessness. Oh, my goodness. It's sickening. This is really, really sickening. I tell you. But graciously, as we don't begin for forced democracy in all political parties, we're going to put it, we're going to make sure that we audit the practices of these so-called political parties. So that, if we talk about Sierra Leone, and we talk about governance, political parties form, they are the bedrock of governance. If we are not the follow the processes, if we are not the practice, what do we want for can implement? No, not they can. Now the wrong thing. Now they just come for it to aggress with country and bring we down. Now I make after election, now they see certain political party functional. The only time when they give one or two political parties, now where they seek for survival. Somebody said, "Do you make a not go and not talk about COP?" Say because the dysfunctional, the disorganized and criminal executive of APC, be they use so-called this, I don't know if not how you call the kind of COP, this rusty COP, or they say waiting. They use them for gain protection. Now that they form COP and they could not be saved, there was nowhere COP provides salvation for them, and they don't go down. COP is gone down. So the Tanzania and the one that will be the Harbor Party and it's by Commonwealth. So as a way for benefit from the looted wealth, they go form a gang of criminals, misguided rebels, terrorists for counter-terrorist development. Now the cartel, Fisher don't scrap them. It don't scrap them pillar, the fundamentals. So then is that can Femi Claudius School. When I for just go make now marital arrangement, because how many political we saw 11 political parties recently in about they call it memo. They start with PPRC. They put together the memo for the upcoming election. I don't know where this gang of criminals go, get political parties, whether they impersonate, say the political for 13 political waiting. Then a cop waiting, rusty cop or these are the. So I think the criminal cartel, Fisher don't scatterize them or don't dismantle them, because it was Yansane and the corrupt element within the APC. Maybe the whole APC to ransom. Maybe they look for human shield. To a point that they bring APC standard to zero, say they can only survive when they get little. Now, then, can you imagine political parties will not even get following? Now APC be rely on for rescue. And say, oh, now both game. They're going to election with both game ideology. Meaning you not get stand on your own. You not get the ability. Thank God you get dynamic men and women will say, you know what? We be don't lag behind. Let us catch up with reality. Let us save with political party from menace, from disgrace. And so we will support the democratic process within the APC. We will stand with the APC for really get vibrant, functioning executive. We will constructively engage the government, put them behind the government for the betterment of the country. One will see fearless and very clean and genuine opposition. We will take government and on very genuine concerns on issues of development. Not to the one that will be done for yesterday, where they hide behind the finger, where they want for use the masses as shield. So I really want for encourage true Democrats for fervently support this dynamic young men, Peter Conte and all the one that we support and we stand with them. Because one thing where people don't know, once APC become democratic, they don't go even want for encourage on democratic they don't go on for associate with themselves with people that were not focused, were not sober-minded, people like Femi Claudius Cool. When I want man papi show idepa. That then is dark then, where na survival that they look for recognition and baseless attention. So I know, you see, when you get a very effective, organized, and functional opposition, the government always go extra for meet to the demand and address the issues of the people. They go bring alternative, they go provide alternative options. We go help Salon develop. For 4 years, waiting that cartel be they promote now make cost and indiscipline. Once it come forward, you show say me as a big cost, they go sign you and begin pamper you. They not begin no regard for women, no regard for decent people. The value of we country, they are totally abuse them. Well, we say thank you to Fisher for liberating, the women. We don't see some people don't begin change their language. Some other begin twist now, some other begin fend themselves into things where, hey, not this. Me not go talk this agripe, I not go talk this or that. I not go. The same brag where they be deeper. Now that they come back, that they return to, I don't want to use the word way like you say. But anyway, in the journey of making saloon fine. Nobody not for be left behind, no structure. I know this government we talk about overhaul and restructuring. If we restructure Sierra Leone for the better, all other political parties will be restructured. Therefore, they within the norms of democratic values, the respect for one another, equality. We can disagree. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Say we all get for belong to one political party. Me seated there again, loved ones then. Family member, very close to heart family member, close to heart family members are part of the APC. Yeah. We talk politics, but in all my life, we remain to be the same. And I really want, after the establishment of this entry, let it become very official. And want people where go on for use the APC symbol for promote tribalism, for promote mamikos indecency, indiscipline, hooliganism, and lawlessness. Therefore, put stop to them. Therefore, warn them in very strong terms. Say, no, the days of APC being the low standard is gone. Then the APC will be known for be APC of hooliganism and occultism is no more. This is APC of respect for women, APC of respect for rule of law, APC of democratic values. For come out and reject. And nobody know for the Gona media use the name of APC for the ill motive, the unserious activities. Yeah. Now let's come to these teachers. You were not a teacher. The other way to take now for safeguard the future of our country, we picking it. Now for nurture, now for impact, now for serve as a model, now for serve as moral guarantor to we picking it. Now for uphold and preserve the values. You get obligation. Even as they talk about your right, there's obligation. Rights go with respect for the rule of law, respect for self. So, if for any reason you deviate from your cause for personal gains, it is a sin on you, it is a shame, it's an abuse, it's professional misconduct. Now, the reason why we all they belong to organizations or associations or whatever bodies, one, now for let we be united in fighting one another's cause. Now for let we get a platform for decently agitate and engage for the well-being of we all. We get the SLTU, despite in every society, you must get people who always become suspicious and very, very disloyal and disrespectful to established bodies. But no matter what, the mandate and the purpose of forming the SLTU now for seek the welfare of teachers, promote the well-being of teachers. We come to realize that since this government took over, SATU has never given them chance. They'll be always on your toes. To a point, they succeed for make the government for do 30% increment on salary, 15% increment in other amenities like allowances. Okay. Now the teacher then say the 30% and whatever increment the government do, not enough. First, the disappointing aspect is that this so-called manipulated, unprofessional teachers will not consider the picking them, your well-being, the position of the picking them. Say, therefore, deprive the picking them from the class. Because every action of a teacher, you think you're affecting that president, the minister, that one, and they don't learn. But remember, say you get people them, the poor one their way, not get nothing for do with government. They picking them in at school. Then you just put them backward. It affect the learning. It's a sin. The private causing the children for suffer because of your own personal interest. It's a sin. Anything where we do in life, we for be considerate, we for reason. Selfishness, nothing we no good. People don't understand. Say the biggest workforce in any country now the teaching. As we they speak, over 20,000 trained and qualified teachers are out there. We not get PIN code. We're not there on any salary chat or document. They're not there on payroll. They're seeking to be employed. But because of the volume, if the government said that they enroll such a huge amount of trained and qualified teachers, the same evil-minded opposition will can't tell you, say, hey, government, the wage bill, government not employs here. And this where the problems. These teachers, now they pile pressure on the government for is the salary. But then they now political party them where they manipulate and use them, where every now and then they over the head of this government talking about wage bill. Hey, government, they just give job to people them. Government, they just employ people them. They know they can criticize when the opposition, they use employment of Sierra Leoneans for misinform and attack the government. They know they stand against, say, no, if now they talk about wage bill salary, now because Sierra Leoneans don't get the opportunity for be employed, we all be proud that government they open in hand wide. And I want to let you know when I win a teacher there. Because of the so much of concentration on the teachers, so many other institutions then they suffer greatly with understaffing. Now it make when they get so much of a challenge. Let me take for example one of the very important institutions where they fight for the well-being of everyone. Not they able to effectively do their job because of their understaffed, the ACC, the Anti-Corruption Commission. As mighty as their job is, the ACC, as big as their job is, you don't go expect ACC for get staffing below 200. By now, ACC for effectively serve Sierra Leone, ACC forget over 1,500 to 2,000 employed workers. Yeah. But ACC is so understaffed And this is why fighting corruption is so difficult, because the manpower. If institutions like this not get the manpower for be effective in their job, will continue. No matter the salary increase, the corruption, the teachers will remain to be, corrupt. Here are teachers now crying for increment, but when they go to school, no matter the facility they provide for them, they're still there on syndicate. The deprive will pick them from classroom for the personal home syndicate where they conduct. Teacher they just go there, sign and left classroom. They say, meet me and my host, we get class under. And this is where we want for see, even as government they address the welfare. But if it be mandatory, any teacher they teach, you for be, because there are over 20 teachers out there waiting to come to be on the payroll. Yeah. Over 20,000 teachers trained and qualified. And as we talk, there are more teachers in the training to be graduated soon for can add. Now, when I say, instead of agitating for let them get more teachers, when I say the money where they for pay the incoming teachers for be used for pay una, for increase una. And so we left the trained and qualified teachers not getting job, government not getting means for pay them, because if the resources where government don't allocate for the employment and the enrollment now be divert to salary increment, how you think say the over 20,000 teachers where they pile pressure for be enrolled, for get pin code, go be employed? When they fed for yourself, also think about others. Not be that too selfish. Consider your colleagues them. We don't come out from university and college for 10, 11, 12 years. We not get job. Consider them. And this issue of comparison, then they pay this, so this, then they pay that. You see, this we finger them where God give we. Now, clear example, we all not to the same. And we all cannot be the same. Okay? Everyone has a choice to make. If you be one for receive the same salary of that person where you compare yourself to, if you don't aspire, if you don't pursue, waiting in pursue. You chose to be a classroom, to be in the classroom, to be a teacher. You knew the conditions. You have the opportunity, you have the choice to make. Either to become a doctor, to become a banker. You chose out of your free volition. It was a choice. You would have been a police, you would have been a soldier. So it was not like they force you, they coerce you to be a teacher. Nobody coerced you. You chose to be. When you are going for your uniform, when you are seeking the pin code, you are humble, you are you did not even care whatever the salary was. All you particular, all what you be particular about, now for let you get the pin code. Even if them be tell you the time where be they seek the pin code, even if they be tell you say now 1,000 that they give you, if you don't jump, just because you want to be employed. Yeah. Look at Fire Force. Another understaffed institution. I mean, they talk to the management of Fire Force, where they tell me the personnel where they get for staff alone. I say, what? Are we serious? Within calamity here, where that unforeseen circumstances where they happen daily, where they get fire force, we not get manpower of 250. What did they get now? I think 180 something staffing for serve the country, over 7 million people. Fire force, the day in the 100. I don't know. You see, we get very, very vital institutions. And by the way, I think government, you get to consider this area very prominent. It's also a means of addressing the unemployed challenge where would they get. You talk to immigration. The reason why smuggle plenty, then they tell you back they're understaffed. Not effective staff for man with borders. They understand the manpower low. Immigration, anti-corruption, fire force. Can you imagine? We get to be very serious. For look after Salon, we get to be very, very serious. We get to be serious. So, if you want to receive the salary of that person, you have a choice to make. You can decide, say, okay, the amount of teachers where they sick, let they can step in, the waiting me don't get me, it's a choice to make. Okay, it can give way to the others where they out there want such an opportunity where you get. But this politics, this issue of being used for political, first it started with the doctors. When this government take over, doctors say, oh, no, for all these years they were there, nobody strike. Once the government came, okay, government said, all right, we'll look into this. The teachers, government said, okay, 30%. Of course, there will be constant negotiation. One thing where we realize is that each time government they make decision financially, it gets some effect on other aspects of development. Anytime where government they undertake a financial differences, they take actions for bring changes in the structural activities of financial dispense, it affects other development activities. Government they work within budget. And one thing we for realize, Sierra Leone largely depend on foreign aid. There were no system, no structure prior to this time. Now we're working to get a very functional and workable system. It is gradual. Even as we agitate for well-being as teachers, we will be considerate to the position of the Pikin as well. We not for affect the Pikin, not for hold the Pikin to ransom, because they are innocent. Really innocent. So I want that we be patriotic. That would be very patriotic in our actions. I want to encourage all Sierra Leoneans. Patriotism, where would they, me Alex alone. Alex alone, but they incite for let them go spoil public property. Alex alone, but you want to see picking them. They who not get educated. Then you say Alex alone, but you want to see women being molested. You say Alex alone, you want to see salon women being disgraced and molested. You say Alex alone, you want to see we picking them in the street, being used as child labor. Say elect salon, when they make light now, yeah, you gladly for let bad people, then they go poor land for deprive the community. You say you like salon, you know what? Anybody will want for go help salon people there, any investment, you know what they go there, they come, they talk fearful, negative light in them for scare away people that we want for go do something we go benefit even young people there. Then you say you like salon. You know, that was suffer. That was really suffer. Anyway, I want for tell when I say tomorrow, defeating the lies of fake people they cow. I go there with my colleagues then, Professor Kutubu and the Iron Lady, Madam Elizabeth. For let we really hammer home, some truth. For don't talk the, for don't handle the issue about the truth versus the fake, but I go left that for tomorrow because the more the merrier. We go dive into that, and because I see how people them will not get anything for do, they make fun of themselves. They make video. Let me tell the strategies where una they use APC, where they work. When I know the evil reason, where una they undertake something fake propaganda. Corona very big side. You not go expect say on a day of pre-day, the entire Kono go get on not just one single side for go pray. It's not possible. Okay? It's not ever possible. So if we not go, in other section, we say people that gather for pray, we not get nothing for do with the president. After prayer, the people that they go home, when they video them and say, oh, the people of Kono they run away. When they make fun of, when they make mockery of themselves. Even as you look the video, it shows no presence of the president. It's a shame. He got up somewhere where some people go do their own prayer. They not even go beside the president pray. Now some far area in Kono, after the people they don't pray, they go home. When they video and say the people are running from the president. How disgraceful and fake. Sometimes when I know the evil reason. When I know they even consider say what will they do so now disgrace with the disgrace with self. Because there are people where they out there with the reason, we know the truth. The video where they show, why will not see the president where people that is scatter panel? Why not backdoor you they go snap? You say, look, people that way they command it. Common sense sometimes, it's not easy for come by. We get primitive people. We get people that we not true munku. And when I say munku people now, uncivilized people, that would define. And let's just use that, civilized method for address the uncivilized people. You say they're munku. So the attitude of them people here where they go sit down, take video of people. We not get nothing for do with politics for just can't make mockery of themselves. It's really a shame and disgrace to honor. On a strategy them, when I get for reconsider. What you want for telling me say in the entire Kono, now one guy say no more prayer take place in Kono. So many areas then the way people then go pray. Just all a free time. Even when the vice president did prayer with people at the mini stadium, there are people who did their prayer now somewhere around Aberdeen. Some people did their prayer. Different areas in Freetown did their prayers. So if somebody go if video people then we do them prayer now Aberdeen, they go home, we video them. Say, oh look, that is scattered. How will I know the reason? Say, how will I not common sense not they tell when I say this thing not hard up, people that go pick them up. Anyway, We will talk more on this thing. It has been a wonderful moment with Una. I know some people are not really happy that we go come and say the truth. But it doesn't matter. We get to play with part for bring the change and reform, and transform and and shape people. We're still there in that area of darkness and backwardness, We get to make sure say people accept civilization, respect for one another. Until I join my colleagues them back tomorrow with the program Defeating the Lies of Fake People. I've been yours truly, Chief Commissioner Vandy, and I think when I teacher, they wanna get for consider the oath when I take for serve Peking and serve the future. When I owe the Peking so much. Okay, it was a choice you made. Okay, and then on the staff institution then government get for be very, very, very concerned about them. Fire force, immigration, and anti-corruption. Other areas then they will, but these are the outstanding areas where come to my knowledge, where people they call me to attention. The staffing, the manpower in their institution, and they is not encouraging, and they make the job difficult. Okay, they make the effectiveness of the institution them challenging. So we call the government for let it pay attention to that thing. Okay, so I wish now all the best, and I believe we are on the right track to development.
Jungle.